I've edited thousands of podcast clips for Logan Paul, and here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Most podcast clips don't go viral because they're not telling a clear, specific story, and they're also not focusing on the quality that Logan does. And this is coming from somebody who has worked with Logan Paul for over 6 years. Working with Logan Paul has taught me the real secrets behind viral clips, and I want to share them with you. The exact clips that he drilled in me for 6 years. One of the first things that Logan taught me was the importance of context within your clip. Think about it this way. If somebody came onto your clip and saw your clip for the first time, would they have any idea of what's going on within the clip? If they don't, then that means you probably didn't provide enough context, or you didn't even have enough context for the clip to be made in the first place. You want to make sure that person can understand what's going on immediately. Let me give you an example. There's this clip of this whole burger meme. There's a burger, Mike talking about there's a burger in Vegas called Stay Tuned Burger, blah, blah, blah. That clip that we ended up making for our podcast, the first version of it, before we sent it to Logan, didn't have the context of what was being talked about. So it just started off by Logan saying there's a burger, and then explaining how there's this whole lore now behind Mike and the burger, and then they start getting into the story behind it. I don't know how this happened, all this, but within the whole clip, we didn't play anything from one of those viral clips that actually started the whole thing of there's a burger. So without that context, there would have been no good clip. And that's why Logan was so good at dialing in and understanding, yes, we need better context for this. We need to put in a clip of there's the burger meme. And now we look at that clip right now, and it's sitting at over 400,000 views on TikTok, and it's a very viral clip. Now, the second thing that I want you to understand is a lot of the time, the best clips are stories. And it's stories that not only have context, but takes you to beginning, middle, and end. One clip that I actually knew would explode was this whole clip about Ashton Hall racing I Show Speed. Ashton didn't just say, I raced speed and I lost, and then that was the end. No, he literally walked you through the hype before the race, the trash talk, what it was like, the actual moment, losing, and then the falling out afterwards. And guess what? Not only did that clip get 3.6 million views on TikTok, it got over 13 million views on Instagram. Why? Because people love stories and they can connect with it instantly. It brings them back likely to the moment where they're actually watching speed on that stream. Now, here's another thing that Logan hammered into my brain early. You only have one chance to make a first impression. So for example, if you're putting out a clip and somebody sees that clip, they see your face, and they actually end up spending 30 seconds on that clip. They watch the whole clip, and then they realize that was a whole waste of my time. Why the hell did I watch that clip? And guess what? Next time they see one of your clips, if it pops up on their feed, they're probably muting you or unfollowing you or scrolling past. They have no interest because they're like, this person already wasted my time. Now, think about it. On the whole other end of the spectrum, you have a clip that does really well. It intrigues the viewer, and at the very end, leaves a nice payoff, and they want to share it with their friends. They want to like it. They want to comment. Guess what happens the next time they come to a clip from Impulsive Podcast, for example? They're going to either follow that account, want to watch the whole clip in itself, share it with a friend, or do any of those things. So just think, you only have one chance to make a first impression. And what goes hand in hand with that is making sure that you're making a quality clip, focusing on the little things. You want to know what some of the little things are that really piss me off? Some people maybe use it as like a rage bait tactic to get people to comment more, but I look at it as very lazy concept, and lazy comments that you get is spelling mistakes. If you only have one impression to make on somebody to get them onto your podcast clip, and you're misspelling 3 words within your 30-second podcast clip, that just shows to me you aren't paying attention to detail. So why the hell would I invest my time with you? Think about that. Now, people talk about grinding and working hard, but there's not too many people that actually do it. And Logan's one of those people that actually does it. Trust me. When I think back to when we first started the podcast, they were doing 3 episodes a week, okay? Then I believe I came onto the scene, and then we ended up going back down to 2 episodes. And then now we're kind of at 1 episode per week, just because Logan's got Prime, and he's still doing his vlog, and he's just got a lot of things, WWE, still got a lot of things going on. But at that time when he was starting the podcast, he really showed that consistency is key. You have to go hard at the start if you want to make a splash within the podcast game. And if you want to be great, then you have to be consistent, short form and long form. Now, here's the thing I wish every single podcaster understood. Creating a high retention clip takes a lot of work, but it's very worth it. It's not just cutting out a viral moment. It's creating context, pacing, clarity, strong hooks, story arcs, an emotional payoff. And the only way that you're gonna really get to that point where you understand a lot of these things is making a ton of clips yourself and studying the best of the best. And listen, if you want to learn how to make podcast clips at this level, the highest level, the level that I learned from Logan Paul, the level that I continue to still do for Impulsive Podcast, then I need you to check out my podcast community. Literally within this community, you can upload your clips, I review them, give you some notes on them. Other people who are actually editors or agency owners or just really savvy podcasters can give you notes on them and tell you what you're actually doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you'd improve. And I'm telling you, this community will change your podcast tenfold. If you want these insights, click the first link in the description and I'll see you inside.